good morning. Zhao Sheng Hao, Chao Bui Sang, Join Aching Imnida. Good morning to all of you. This is the Modern Contemplative, and all you need right now is your precious attention. Just be attentive. This session is all about attention. Being aware, focusing awareness, focused awareness, which is intentional, is the most potent, the most powerful form of attention. Attention is also mindless. It is also automatic for most people, most conscious creatures. But human beings are special in the sense that we can direct our attention. Directed attention is also mindfulness. Yoniso manasikara in the Pali language. It means appropriate attention, which means it has to be intentional. It is guided. So just be attentive. This is my morning routine. After I meditate for 1 hour, I begin to do different conscious respiration exercises. And there are many of them, and I won't cover all of them in a few minutes because I want this to be short and powerful because a lot of people don't have a good attention span. So within 5 to 7 minutes, you will learn a good morning routine. You don't have to do the full lotus. It took me many years before I could be flexible enough to do this. But this is a very skillful full lotus posture. My heels are all the way up close to my belly button, my navel, and I can wiggle my toes. And my feet are not bent. They're at a good angle. Without using technical terms, this is what it looks like. You see that? Now, what's an example of an unskillful full lotus? Like this. The feet are further down and bent. Actually, my posture is so good, it's hard for me to even show you a bad posture because now my feet are so flexible. There's optimal blood flow because my feet are not crooked. They're not like that's still good as well, though it's not a full lotus. Start over again. And it's good to alternate. So this time, the left leg will be dominant. Heel close to the navel. Like that. See, I can wiggle my toes. If you can't do this, then that means you don't have enough flexibility in your hips, and eventually you'll have some pain and possible damage within the tendons, around the ankle, cutting off circulation. You want to be able to do this. Otherwise, you should do the half lotus or quarter lotus. Now, this is where you begin to see the bad posture I'm talking about. This is still okay because I can wiggle my toes and you can see the ankle bone is straight. It is aligned with the shin. There you go. The calf and the shin. It is aligned. It is straight. Now, that's a bad posture. See what happened there? I can't move my toes much. It's not freedom of movement. But when I bring it down here and rest it alongside, parallel my calf and shin, this bone is straight. You begin to cut off circulation when you move your foot up on the calf and cut off circulation. A lot of people do half lotus like this. As you can see, not the most skillful posture. So this is a better quarter lotus. Bring the foot down and rest it alongside the opposite calf shin, like this. And you should be able to point your toes outward. And then you know you have a good posture. Now it's time for some breath work, some conscious respiration. I actually covered sitting meditation postures in a video from a couple of years ago when I was in a temple in Arizona, and I will post a link to that. Now I will cover some conscious respiration techniques, some skillful breath work, particularly practices that you can use as a prelude to meditation to energize the mind and body in the morning. The first technique that I'll cover is attributed to Tony Robbins. I discovered it via the Breath O'Clock app on my Apple Watch, and I use it every day, at least once a day in the morning. It's rather rigorous, so you should approach it with caution. If you have weak lungs, it took quite some time before I could do what you are about to learn about now. You begin with an inhalation for 5 seconds, breath retention for 20 seconds, and then exhalation for 10 seconds. This is attributed to Tony Robbins, and it is quite invigorating. It's energizing. The heart rate increases. In fact, one thing I love about this Apple Watch or any smart watch is that you can see your heart rate, your BPM. You do want to monitor that because lots of people die spontaneously from heart attacks and strokes. And a great indicator of your risk for a heart attack or stroke is BPM, your heart rate. You should also be checking your blood pressure, but talk about that in another video. Taking health into your own hands, not just relying on doctors and nurses. So this is one way you can do that. And all of this requires precious attention. Attention is all you need. That was the name of an epic paper published at Google in 2017, which heralded the era of smart AI in the form of LLMs, language learning models, large foundation models, and the more sophisticated multimodal AI models we have now. And it began with a paper, Attention is All You Need, the attention mechanism. And I will use that regarding meditation. Life itself, you need attention to be successful. You need attention applied to your mind to have an intention. So be very attentive to what I cover for the rest of this video. You can begin the day energizing your mind and body with this particular breathing technique attributed to Tony Robbins. You inhale for 5 seconds, hold your breath, known as breath retention. For those who utilize the Wim Hof method, they'll know about breath retention. You hold your breath for 20 seconds and exhale for 10 seconds. That's 5-second inhalation, 20-second breath retention, 10-second exhalation. This is attributed to Tony Robbins. Another breathing technique is coherence breathing. Inhale for 5 seconds, exhale for 5 seconds. Equalizing respiration. I'll count for you since most people are not used to an actual second, let alone 4 or 5 seconds while breathing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. 1, 4, 5. Exhale. 3, 4, 5. You'll do that for 5, 7, 9 minutes, however long you like. Use a timer. Use the timer app on your Android or iPhone so that you can have an accurate second count and not trying to count yourself. In the beginning, you would cheat yourself. Trust me, I know. You'll say 1, 2, 3, 4 because you have weak lungs and you haven't cultivated the capacity to inhale for more than 2 or 3 seconds, let alone hold your breath without passing out. So, of course, there's the caveat. If you have health problems, if you have asthma, then you need to consult your doctor, a physician, a personal trainer, someone who has a background in physical fitness, and a medical background would be even more important, more useful. Just approach this with caution. Approach these exercises with caution and a clear intention, and be very attentive. I covered Tony Robbins' breathing technique, which is great for energizing the mind and body. Coherence breathing, inhaling for 5 seconds, exhaling for 5 seconds. There's box breathing, inhale for 4 seconds, hold your breath for 4 seconds, exhale for 4 seconds, hold your breath for 4 seconds. You get it? Box, 4 corners. 4, 4, 4, 4. Inhale 4 seconds, hold your breath, breath retention 4 seconds, exhale 4 seconds, breath retention 4 seconds. Or 5-second box breathing, 6, 7, you get it. Once you build up a more robust lung capacity, you can hold your breath for 9 seconds. I've done that. After many years, I was surprised to discover that I can hold my breath, do a round of breath retention for up to 20 seconds. I've covered just a few powerful breathing techniques. Conscious respiration is very important and it requires your precious attention. So take attention and cherish it, and don't let anyone control your attention. This is why I gave up all forms of social media. I have this YouTube, which is not really a social media platform, and I have Substack. I write on Substack, I share poetry, and now they have a new feature that allows you to share videos, and I will eventually do that. But for now, my main platform is YouTube. Stay tuned for more essential teachings and practices that will allow you to transform your life, to become a better version of yourself, to experience transcendence in the midst of ordinary life. This is yours truly, Modern Contemplative, giving you an Anjali, a form of respect, a salutation, reverence, appreciation for consciousness. We are all equal in the sense that we are consciousness at our very core of existence. Be well.